Hi, so I'm Rob McCartney and I'm a senior advisor with the Zevo Group. I think every organization that has global ambitions needs to open its mind to understand the challenges that are ahead of it. So what I thought would be interesting about this particular forum, particularly because it's new, was that it's relatively formative. So I thought that the types of people who will be at this event would be interesting to get to know, as well as the speakers. The particular topics were interesting, just in terms of how we might be able to grow our own business globally, basically. The main opportunity that exists within the tech sector are probably driven at the moment by a lot of large trends, so things like Internet of Things, AI, machine learning, they're certainly the buzzwords. But I think that the main opportunity exists for every organization in its talent acquisition. So it's through people basically that you disrupt. It's not really the machines. I think any organization that takes that to heart is going to survive the disruptions. So in many sense, it doesn't make any difference which particular trend is impacting. If you invest in your people, it's going to work. Locally, one of the biggest challenges is the talent. The more and more organizations that centralize around any location, whether it's Silicon Valley or Dublin or any particular industrial local region or centre, the talent gets hoovered up, not necessarily well applied. So I think a challenge that somebody somewhere particularly like Dublin has is trying to acquire that talent. It's going to be the biggest challenge. Globally, it's a little different. I think that the changing nature of the world, the reality of business and the rising middle classes in the BRIC countries mean that the opportunities are much more equalised in the sense that everybody can get on the train. So I think that's a challenge for some, if you like, the incumbent countries. They don't maybe properly understand the threat that's out there. But again, the capacity to adapt through its people is probably the way to go. It's always about the people. Whatever it is you're trying to do, whether you're trying to launch a product or a project, the most important piece at the start is to create a real human connection. And if you can do that, then the rest becomes a lot easier to do because you have created a real relationship, and that's at the heart of every business, people. There are obviously trends and things that are influential, but ultimately it's just about the next problem, within technology in particular, the next problem to solve. And that necessarily attracts smart minds and smart people, but ultimately they're the disruption. If I had to pick a particular technology that I thought would be most influential over the next period, it's probably AI, in the sense that what we currently consider maybe administrative tasks, those are things that will become a thing of the past. Machines will be much better, I imagine, at trying to operationalize processes as opposed to relying on people to do the same job in and out every day. Now that's an opportunity for people, I think, as well, to upskill themselves and not get tied into the rut of a job, and instead focus on what they can actually bring to their own relationships, their own life, and to society in general. So it's an opportunity in that sense.